Okay, let's talk about endings. And first, we'll deal with some endings on songs that might be in, major endings, major chords, or this will work for dominant as well. But if you're in a song, let's talk about maybe a tune in the key of F. One of the first things that often happens on these real book songs is they'll tag the ending. And by tag the ending, typically if we're in the key of F, we'll come down to like a G minor to a C. And then they'll go to like an A minor 7 flat 5 to a D. And this gets back to that 1-6-2-5-1 progression that I was talking about a little bit earlier. The A minor 7 flat 5 is actually equivalent to like a D F9 to a D. So it's like if it was an F9, to a D, that's the 1-6, and then the G to C is the 2-5-1. But at the end of a song, so you're coming down to the ending, turn around, and it might do this for quite a while. Maybe the singer's like, you can go a half step up to a diminished there too, and to get to the G minor to A flat diminished. To the D, you can slide into it. That's a classic, going up like. Work that out so you know what that is. In this case, it'd be the notes are like G, A, B flat, and then you can do a B up to a C like. One of the classic endings is going to be a descending chromatic progression that goes down back to the tonal center. In this case, it's going to be an F. We're going to start on a B minor 7 flat 5. And what you want to do is take this F note on the second string and maintain it through this chord progression. We're going to start on a B minor 7 flat 5, go down to a B flat minor, still have the F on top, an A minor. We're going to add that F on top with our pinky. Now we're going to hit like an A flat 13. Now G7. That's just a regular old rock and roll G7. Then we're going to slide these fingers down, and that becomes a G flat or F sharp major 7th. And then so this might sound like. Something like that. So you want to get this down under your fingers really good. People have a tendency to play it fast, like, but and oftentimes it's more effective if you play it slower. You can play these a bar a piece, like. I just did a triplet there, a whole step down. That's an F major. I could have done it here. And you can do really great things with triplets. What is important here, though, is this chromatic descending run. And I'm going to have a PDF file up here that has these examples several of these examples on it that you can look to. And a lot of this is included in the back of my book, Chord Shapes for Jazz Guitar. There's a section that's called Classic Chord Riffs, and a lot of this stuff is notated in there. Anyway, there it is in F. And as I talked about earlier, you want to be able to do this in a couple places on the neck. So let's go to the key of B flat now. We could do like... So there's our, we're going to start on the flat 5 of B flat, E minor 7 flat 5. We're going to keep this B flat on the first string on top. So E minor 7 flat 5 to an E minor. And then this is like a D minor, but we want to put the B flat on top. There's a D flat 13. The bass notes, descending chromatic, there's a regular old C7, and then if I slide that down, there's a B flat, a B major 7th, or I could do it like this. That's like a hybrid of this shape of a B major 7. I have to change the fingering if I want to put the B flat on top. So that's something that works. Also on these songs, if you were coming down like in B flat, I might, instead of going to B flat for the ending, maybe I just go out, stop a half step above it on the B. Then I drop back down to B flat. Another thing I could do is go like, I could go to an F sharp major, then to the B major, and then to the B flat. Might hit a little riff or something like that. So there are some ideas on a couple of different major endings. Again, I talked about triplets. So if I'm going down like, all I did there was I hit my hit my B flat, and then maybe I go down a whole step and climb up in triplets, like use a different inversion, and then another one. There I did the half step above and then down. So you can get creative with this and combine several of these endings together. And depending on the situation, the people you're working with, if you're working with just a bass player and a drummer, a lot of this stuff's really easy to pull off because you're the only chord instrument. In any case, again, there's going to be some PDF files on these, so take a look at those. And shoot me a question or, a video if you have a specific tune that you're working on. Now I'm going to do a little section on blues endings.